Neighborhood associations, governments, and other entities cannot restrict outside TV antenna installations less than 12 feet above the roof line. However, local electrical codes sometimes have antenna grounding requirements. Most local codes are based on the National Electrical Code. Avoid mounting the antenna near overhead power and utility lines. Power lines can cause interference if the antenna is too close, and they're dangerous to work around. Roof mounts must be installed carefully to prevent water leaks. Side structure mast mounts with 2-point or 2-bracket mounting is the preferred method. Aim the antenna toward the towers using a compass. Account for true and magnetic north. If possible, use terrain features to confirm or establish north. If you're using a preamp, install it now. Cover connections with a weather boot or electrical tape. Connect RG6 quad shield 75 ohm coax cable to the antenna or optional preamp. Cover the connection with a rubber weather boot or electrical tape. Allow for some cable slack by looping the cable around the mast. This is just in case a little extra cable length is needed in the future or the cable end needs repair. Tie wrap the rest of the cable to the mast. Secure the coax cable with insulated cable straps. Attach the ground wire, number 10 or heavier copper wire, insulated or bare, to the mast using a ground clamp. When connecting to an outside ground, mount a coax ground block outside close to the conduit the cable enters the home. Connect the antenna coax cable to the ground block. Protect the connection with a weather boot or electrical tape. Then run another cable from the ground block through the conduit. Use a drip loop so water falls off the bottom of the loop instead of collecting at the conduit. Then run the ground wire through the ground block, then to the earth ground. A common earth ground is a ground rod 4 to 8 feet deep. The National Electrical Code connects to the electrical service ground. Sometimes a pipe from the outside meter running into the ground connects directly to the service ground. Some installations use an additional, optional but not required, ground rod close to the ground block when it's not close to the service ground. A basic ground rod system is connected to the electrical service ground using heavier number 6 copper wire. When the earth ground is inside, the ground block should also be inside. Run the coax and ground wire into the home and use drip loops. The ground block should be mounted inside close to the conduit. Connect the ground wire to the service ground. Typically, a pipe attached to the fuse or breaker panel connects directly to the service ground. The panel ground bar can also be used. If you have an antenna preamp, mount its power unit after the ground block. The power unit supplies DC power to the antenna preamp through the coax cable. Do not use any splitters or adapters between the preamp and power unit. Coax ground blocks and cable connectors can be used if they pass DC power. Most do. Install inside hardware and run the coax cables. After everything is hooked up, do a channel search on each television.